Welcome to Lapis Moon Tarot. In this reading, we're going to channel messages from your angels, your guides, your higher self for your highest and greatest good when it comes to healing. So, what can you focus on right now that'll give you the maximum effect for healing, for making sure that you are in the place that you need to be in order to receive all of the blessings, all of the good things that you deserve in this life? So a lot of times it has to do with our self-worth, with how we carry ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, what we focus on. So I just wanted to have some clarity for you and dig in and kind of hone in on what you can specifically focus on and heal in order to call in all of the blessings that you want in this life. So this reading again is for your highest and greatest good for whenever it finds you. And I have 3 piles for you to pick from. So pile number 1, I've got this rose quartz. Pile number 2, I have this beautiful little wooden heart. Pile number 3, I have this heart crystal, and I think it's carnelian. So take a deep breath and choose your pile. When you've made your selection, you can find your timestamp for your pile in the description below and in the first comment. I'll get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, if you chose this rose quartz, this will be your reading. So what can you focus on for healing? Put your bare feet on the damp earth. Stand in the sun. Feel the rain on your skin. Ground yourself. Number 26 goes to an 8. This is lovely. This is very much being in your body, feeling connected to the earth, but feeling the healing effects of the earth. You know, the earth is our home. It is meant to be a sanctuary. It's meant to feel safe here. It's meant to feel abundant here. Thriving, beautiful. I love that. That's literally what the giraffe is doing right now. It's standing with its bare feet on the ground and experiencing all of the benefits of being outside in fresh air, in nature. Now it is under the moon, which is very lovely here, but same effect. Sweet treat, number 50. Love that. And higher power, number 4. This is lovely. Okay, so the full picture here. I feel you are someone who's already very spiritual. You are connected with your guides. You might be connected with your ancestors. You might dream about, maybe grandparents, ancestral dreams. People come to you. They have guidance for you. You're very connected. Your higher chakras are very connected. So your feminine energy, you sit in that. No problem. I think what the issue is grounding yourself in your lower chakras. So this is your root chakra. This is feeling your body, feeling safe within your body, feeling safe where you live, how you experience the world, allowing that human experience to also be part of your life here. It feels like you live in your higher chakras. You are connected, you're very spiritual, you get guidance, you trust your intuition, but I don't feel like you fully take advantage of this beautiful, gift of a body that you've been given. So the sweet treat for me feels like it's another way for you to connect with that body of yours, to give it something sweet to eat. It's like reenacting or engaging your senses. It's just like feeling the rain on your skin, just like feeling the sun on your skin, feeling the earth under your feet. All of this is to connect your higher chakras and your lower chakras together. Because you chose the pink quartz, so your heart chakra is open. I feel you, and then the colors really beautifully blend here. It feels like heart and up, you're totally cool. Like, I don't have any worries for you to get your downloads, to understand what your soul mission is here, to tap into your higher gifts. I think you're having trouble with the part of being a human being on this, on this existence, in this 3D world, where you have to kind of slow down and listen to your body and only do what your body is able to do, like to the capacity of your body. And that limitation kind of like bugs you. So you almost want to like disregard the fact that you have a body, but that is part of the thriving. It's a combination of the two. It's the higher chakras and the lower chakras working together. It's getting the downloads, the intuition, the inner knowing of what you want to accomplish in this life, how to accomplish it, the planning, the knowing, the knowledge, that wisdom, and then using your body as the tool to get that, that plan of action, to go for it, to feel safe enough, to feel courageous enough to go for it. So treat your body like it's meant to be treated. Like it's a tool, but it's also here for sensation. It needs that. It needs to taste things. It needs to feel things on its skin. It needs, to see, to smell, all of the senses you need to engage in order to really feel grounded within your body. That's really lovely. Very interesting reading. I did not think that it would go that direction, but very cool. I mean, you are watching a tarot reading, so you probably are very open to esoteric, modalities and spirituality and meditation. You probably have all those practices set up, but this is just maybe a little call to also think about how you integrate that information within yourself. How do you use that wisdom, that intuitive knowledge to manifest in the 3D? I love all the pink. I mean, your heart is really open. You definitely are looking to have that love and pleasure in this. Like, wow, Ace of Cups. Yeah, look at that. Your heart is open. You want to experience things that are loving and nurturing and compassionate. You want intimacy. You want to experience this world for what it's meant to be when it comes to putting your guard down and having, this open heart, this love, this nurture and care for all. And so I see that coming for you. I see that your heart is open, and I see there's something new that's going to come in that's going to perhaps help you with this. This could be like a relationship that lets you, this person, it could be a friend, it could be a mentor, it could be a love relationship that kind of leans you back away from the spiritual and into your body again. So you can have the combination. Maybe they live their life like this. There's someone who's very grounded. They're in the earth, and you kind of complete them by showing them the spiritual side of life, and they complete you by showing you how to, live in this tactile world, to use your senses, to enjoy it, that sensuality, right? So the High Priestess here in the reverse makes me feel like, again, back to what I was saying, in the card, it talks about blocked intuition, but I don't see that for you. What I think it's saying is to take a break. You are definitely highly connected and highly spiritual person. So now it's a time to focus on your body. Now is a time to focus on your lower chakras. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse. This is lovely. This is feeling left out in the cold. So here's what I'm going to say. I feel like you kind of turned your back on your body because of past experiences you had that made you feel lacking, that made you feel like your body kind of betrayed you, maybe didn't give enough to you. So maybe you've gone through a sickness. Maybe when you were growing up, there was just not enough. So maybe you've gone through difficulties, not having enough to eat, not being provided for as a child. So grounding into your body felt scary. You did not feel safe in your body because it wasn't provided for in the way that it needed. It wasn't nourished. And you've kind of cut that off now in order to focus on your, like we said, spirituality, your mind, your higher chakras, your intuition. But now it's time for healing. Now it's time for recovery. Now it's time for having that relationship again with your body. Thanking it for all that it's done for you, how it's brought you to the point that you are now. How you don't need to be disconnected from it. There's nothing scary anymore. The Seven of Wands. Yeah. So this feels like surrender. It's surrendering to your body. It's finally kind of letting down the guard, letting down, the high walls that you've put around yourself when it comes to connecting to how you feel, to how your body feels, to how you connect with others. It's almost like the boundaries were too high. from the past experiences. And now you're opening up again. Let's get to one last one. Beautiful Queen of Pentacles. I cannot think of a better representation of a grounded queen, you know, a grounded person. What I love about that is that the Queen of Pentacles is resourceful, she is abundant, she is in her body, she is sensual, you know, she is all of the things that make her successful, make her abundant in this life, have to do with the earth. You know, she is earth energy, she is pentacle. So she has to rely on her resources, on her resourcefulness, on what, you know, how she can utilize all of those resources and her skills and build something beautiful, build something successful, build something abundant. She also is very nurturing and caring. You know, we're not disconnecting from the heart. We're not all business minded here. The two work hand in hand. She has self-worth, and then that self-worth attracts abundance to her. She knows how to use her value for her benefit. Bottom of the deck. Beautiful. Oh my God, and the Fool underneath that. Love this. Okay, so Judgment. This is a spiritual awakening. You're spiritually awake, but this is the other side of it, is to also connect with your body. It's a, you know, this is, the two have to be hand in hand. You can't just live in your spiritual realm and your soul realm. You know, we've come to this earth to experience the tactile life, the 3D life. And so, yes, you can have your beautiful connection with source, with the divine, with your soul, but don't forget your body. This is why you came to the earth, to experience this side of it as well. This is a beautiful side. This is, you know, there's a lot of wisdom and lessons and experiences to gain and to thrive in this world. I mean, that's the Queen of Pentacles. She thrives in the world because she understands her value. She's grounded. She knows the earth is her home and everything she could ever want is right here. So don't feel like you're in the lack. You're no longer there. You've healed that. Take down your boundaries and open that up so that you can receive all of the abundance. And I feel like, you know, having sweet treats, doing these tactile things where you're connecting with your senses, you're in the fresh air, you're feeling the rain on your skin, the sun on your skin, you know, walking barefoot. And I understand we're in the winter in the northern hemisphere, so that might not be very accessible right now, but there are other ways you can connect with the earth. You can, you know, bring plants into your home. You can put your hands in the dirt as you're, you know, repotting them. All of that connects you back to the earth, connects you back to this grounding energy. This is really lovely. I'm going to get you one parting oracle message here. This is the language of flowers. Status, adaptation, change will be better than you think. Yeah, you've been in one state for so long and you have become so accustomed to it, so used to it, that you think that this is kind of like the end all be all of the human experience, but it's not. You have so much more. This is other side that you haven't explored yet. And yes, it may feel scary, but you are absolutely in a position to adapt and to thrive in it in ways that you didn't even see possible, to enjoy things about this, you know, human experience, to fully immerse your senses into it. This is so lovely. I hope this resonated. If it has, send me a like, send me a comment, and if you still feel inclined, you can subscribe to my channel for more messages like this. Pile number 2, if you chose this wooden heart, this will be your reading. Okay, so I pre-shuffled your oracle, so this is what needs your attention for healing. Trust your intuition. Yep, that's a good one. Let's see what else we have. Focus, beautiful. I love the snow leopard. It's actually my favorite animal, so I love that that came out there. Soak in a bath. Yes, beautiful. And here and now. Okay, the message is very loud and clear. In order to trust your intuition, let's clear your energy. A lot of times we get confused about what our intuition even sounds like. We're so inundated by other people's energies, you know, thoughts. We're completely bombarded by different stimuli trying to get our attention. It's really subtle. Intuition is very subtle. It's a subtle language. And so if you're clouded, it's very hard to first listen to your intuition, let alone trust it. So this focus and the soak in the bath, even with the here and now, about not focusing on what happened before and not getting ahead of yourself, especially if you're trying to hone in on your intuition for a future project. You're trying to figure out to make the decision, like what's the best decision for my future, or you're trying to decide about a person, whether to move forward with a friendship or a relationship. All of that is very future oriented. Your intuition works for the here and now because there are so many moving parts. You can't always foresee every single scenario and every single path that you might, take, and what other people decide, and how that is always a changing landscape. What you can do is focus on the here and now. How do you feel in your body right now? How does this current environment feel? How does being around a certain person feel? How does doing certain type of work or project, or when you even think about and focus on your goals, how does that make you feel? What does your body respond when you think of those things, when you are around those people, when you're in that environment? So getting clear is really important. Soaking in a bath with salt is very lovely. That is the nicest way, easiest way to clear your body. So Epsom salts, magnesium, it's very calming. That's definitely an option. It's coming up here. Make it a full ritual. This is like a self-care ritual that this person has. So at the end of the day, they're lighting their candles. They've got crystals. They've got essential oils. They have aromatherapy going. It's like a full immersive experience to kind of detox from the day, to release all of the things that aren't theirs, to release the energy that's not theirs. And then in that state, absolutely, get pensive, get introspective, get very focused on what you want an answer to, and then be open, and then trust the guidance, trust what your intuition is telling you. Be as open as you can be, but not from a state where you are inundated by other people's energies or thoughts or feelings, and you can't focus on your own, or you're kind of ruminating on the past, and maybe that's making you feel upset or sad, or remembering things that weren't very pleasant, or getting ahead of yourself and kind of getting stressed out with all the things that you want to accomplish or need to accomplish, or the pressure you're putting on yourself. The here and now is the most powerful time. The 32 here comes down to a 5, and 5 talks about change. So to me, it feels like if you really want change, if you really want to focus on what is going to give you, like a great impact, like a massive impact, it's the here and now. I've got the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse here. So what that says to me is that there's a foundation that's shaky here. And in this case, the Pentacles, we talk about financial security. So this could be that you're trying to figure out how to tap into your abundance. You're figuring out maybe like a job opportunity that's come towards you. Maybe you want to open your own business. Look at this 2 of Pentacles, very much focused on finances. This, to me, goes back to that soaking in the bath to release everyone else's energy, because it feels like you're out of balance. This is being burnt out with all of the commitments, that not having work-life balance, not having time to yourself, not having time to decompress at the end of the day, to have clear thoughts, to meditate, to, just have downtime. That's very important. That prioritization of yourself is very important, especially when we're doing intuitive work. This is being in your feminine energy. Feminine energy is not go, go, go. It's very relaxed. It is very passive. It's receiving wisdom. It's receiving knowledge. And so you can't do that from a state where you're frazzled and you're overcommitted and you're stressed out, especially if you're trying to attract abundance. Because all you're doing is you're putting out into the world, into the universe, this energy of, I don't have enough, I'm really on shaky foundation, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm overcommitted. And then, the universe answers that call. Oh, this person wants more overcommitment. They want more things pulling on their time. They like it shaky. It's like you gotta, the focus has to shift to what you want right now, in the here and now, not in a future sense, not in a future tense even. So when you're speaking, you're going to say, I am balanced. I have enough time for all of the things that nourish me, fill my cup, and I am abundant. I attract wealth. I have everything that I need and more. I am in flow. These are the type of mantras you want to tell yourself. Three of Pentacles, yes, beautiful. A collaboration. This is joining a workforce, a team, a business where everyone is working very well together. There is balance, there is a clear goal in mind, and the support is there. You're just really, jiving together to build wealth, to build something beautiful. It could be a service, it could be a product, but it's very bountiful, it's very abundant because of how well you work together. It's a synergy of all of your skills and your energies and what you bring to the table, and it's respected. That's really important. Wow, it's Capricorn coming up 3 times here. So you might be a Capricorn, you might have strong Capricorn placements. It could be that maybe the person that is doing the hiring here or your partners are Capricorns, but that is just very much coming through. Earth energy is coming through here. The Five of Swords in the reverse, yeah. So you've been through very much like a mental struggle. This is being just stressed out, things aren't working out, you're just, feeling like everyone is against you. There's a lot of aggression. It could have been your past workplace or your current one that you're going to leave for this new opportunity, because this place is not like that. This place is like very cooperative and collaborative and fair. This is a nice place to work, and you need that. You need something that fills you up when you go to work. It fills your cup. It feels like you want to be there, not just because you have to be there to pay bills or, fulfill a quota or whatever it might be. You need it to feel fulfilling. You need to feel like you're making an impact, and you'll get that here. Oh, way too many. I got one more here. Yeah, 5 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, whatever this place was. Number 5's come up like 3 times now. So did we have. Here it goes down to a 5. This is the 5 of Swords, followed by the 5 of Wands. Lots of change, lots of like upheaval happening here at this point of your life. So I can see why trusting your intuition and being focused and cleansing your energy is really important, especially when we're in a high stress time and high change time in our life. So this 5 of Wands in the reverse, it feels like, again, where you worked was really rough. Like it was very competitive. And not competitive in a sense like, you're competing to better yourself in order to create better services or products and all that. It felt very like kind of low energy, like, oh, I can do better than this person. I want the fame or the accolades or it's like greedy. It's like, it's not for the right reasons. And you just didn't jive with that vibe. Let's put it that way. We've got Aquarius and Leo coming here too. So now though, this place, it's not like that. It's like, it's peaceful. It's again, cooperation. That word keeps coming up. Cooperation and collaboration. That's what you need. What I have on the bottom is the Queen of Cups in the reverse. The Queen of Cups is highly intuitive. She is in her emotional strength. She trusts her emotions and she draws from them her strength. She fills her cup first and then she gives of her overflow. This in the reverse gives me the impression that you give too much. You probably gave a lot to this work. You're probably the person, oh, now I get it. You were probably the person that everyone dumped on at this workplace or currently at this workplace. You were the emotional support for everybody because of all of these conflicts and competitiveness and pettiness and, whatever it was, like just a hostile work environment. People were coming to you to kind of air their grievances because you're a naturally empathetic person and they were just dumping on you. And that's why you no longer even almost trust your intuition or your feelings, because you've got so many things, pulling at your energy, pulling at your attention. You don't even know what's what. You don't know what's yours and what's not. And so this energy feels like this needs to heal. You're a queen. Nobody's allowed to put you upside down. You know what I mean? And so where you feel like you don't know how to draw into your strength, you're over giving, you're over nurturing. Like it's just, very much an unfair relationship. It's not reciprocal. So I mean, I do see this coming towards you. Let's get a little bit more on that, because I'd love to get a little bit more details of this Three of Pentacles, because where you're currently at, it's, yeah, no good. It's like, no thank you. This energy feels really, really combative, very draining. You know, and that's why you're also so burnt out, because you're emotionally burnt out too. It's not your job to do the emotional work for everyone else. You know, they gotta, I want to say, almost mature on their own. And let's get you a little bit more about what's coming your way. This Three of Pentacles. Yes, beautiful. The Hierophant, higher learning, spiritual learning. This could be that you are going to be entering either like a mentor or teacher type position, or you're going to be entering, you know, a class or taking, you know, something that increases your skills, and it's obviously for your betterment. I mean, this person is very joyful receiving this knowledge, this wisdom, this information. It's going to serve you well. Get a little bit more. That's too many. We're gonna keep shuffling just one at a time. Yes, the Hermit. Wow, two major arcanas. And number 5 coming out the 4th time. Wow. Number 9, introspection, spiritual awakening, getting to your own wisdom, trusting your intuition. This is alone time. This is being in a meditative state, contemplating, you know, working on your shadows, working on connecting with yourself, getting spiritual downloads. This, the Hermit is very, it's very wise. You know, it's that person that goes to the top of the mountain to gain enlightenment. Same thing, that same imagery here of gaining enlightenment as you ascend. This could have been like, this workplace could have been the catalyst that kind of made you shake up and say like, this, there's got to be more to life than, yeah, than this type of grind where it's so unfulfilling and it's actually draining. The Two of Wands talks to me about possibilities. So you're looking outside now. You're looking for something new. You're looking for a new opportunity, something that lights you up, something that, you know, lights your fire. You could be traveling for this new job or this new position. It might be somewhere, you know, that's away, like, so you could be going abroad, you could be moving across the state or across the country, whatever it might be, but it is definitely for your betterment. With the 5, the Hierophant here and the Hermit here, like very much finding your spiritual growth through making that change, through, you know, leaving this situation behind. 2 cards come up here. Azalea with Temperance, find balance and be centered. Yep. And Foxglove, confidence, be what you want to see. Yes, we were talking about that. What you want, what's in your mind, is what you're going to attract. So if you attract, or if you think about how you don't have enough, how you're always so busy, how there's so much conflict around you, you're so stressed out, you're so burnt out, you're just going to get more of that. So have the courage to think different, you know, to want better for yourself, to want something, and to have the courage to go after it too. Because with this Two of Wands, there's, you know, it could be travel involved, it could be a relocation involved, but that's okay, especially if where you are right now is so unbearable. That change is required, you know, and it might be that this is God's sign, this is God's way of getting you to change. You know, it makes, the universe works that way, right? Like, this current situation is so unbearable that you were forced to change. You have to change. It's just, it's not, you just can't take it anymore. So have temperance, find that balance, and have the courage to move. That's what I see here. I hope that's helped. If it has, send me a like, send me a comment, and if you so feel inclined, you can follow or subscribe to my channel for more readings like this. Group number 3, if you chose this heart crystal, and I think it's carnelian, I'm not 100% sure, this will be your reading on what you can heal. So I've reshuffled your oracle cards. I've got connect with your soul family. Beautiful. Simplicity. Nice. Connect with your ancestors. Okay, loud and clear. And come to the edge. Okay. Okay. All right, so, sorry, I'm just taking it all in. So what I see here is definitely your ancestors, your soul family, the people that you connect with on a soul level. So that doesn't necessarily mean that they are your ancestral line, although that's coming very clearly here. But it could also mean that people that you just, you know, you feel like a kinship to, like you meet them and you think, wow, I've known this person all my life. That's a soul family connection. It's like your souls knew each other before you came to this earthly realm. And there might be things that you wanted to experience or grow or learn in this life together. And so when you meet them, you feel very instantly connected to them. What I also feel is that your ancestors absolutely want to work with you. So if you have a meditation that you do, maybe a ritual that you do, maybe you connect with them in a certain way to kind of like bolster that, to really focus on that. There's meditations on YouTube as well available that you can connect to feel your, to reinforce your connection with your ancestors. You can also learn more about where you came from, where you hailed from. There might be practices and rituals that you weren't aware of from, the places on the earth that your ancestry hails from that you might feel really connected to, that can help you grow in your spiritual practice. Because simplicity here, that's what I feel like. I feel like our ancestors just understood that simplicity because they lived in the cycles of nature. They understood the seasons, they understood living a simple life, eating nourishing food, going to bed when they were tired, waking up with the sun. Like their cycles were very in tune with nature. And so they had that simplicity in their life. Like there was nothing complex or stressful. Aside from, of course, survival, and I totally understand that. But we always kind of think of the struggles and we don't think about our thriving ancestors. We don't think about the ones who were like living their best life, abundant, having all they could ever want, being in loving communities, having loving families, being respected for their wisdom, for their knowledge, knowing how to heal themselves. All of those things, those are things you can connect with, your well and wise ancestors. I actually have a reading on that. If you're interested, I'll link it below. That might be a reading that might interest you. But with this come to the edge, what I love about this is that you are so close to, I feel, making this spiritual leap, this spiritual connection, this wanting to, explore more ways of being connected to your soul, to your spiritual path, to spirituality as a whole. And something's been holding you back. It could be that maybe the way you were raised was very traditional, and you went to certain institutions that kind of dissuaded you from personal practices. It had to be one way. We all pray one way. We only do spirituality in this one way. And it was very confined. And so you had this very tiny little space to explore your spirituality, to connect with your soul, to connect with your soul's, guidance and wisdom. And you're coming to the edge now because you are poised to take that leap now, to take that risk, to have the courage to now kind of take your own spiritual growth in your own hands. Like you're not going to wait for permission. You're not going to wait for, how do I put this, like an institution to give you permission on how you can connect with your soul. You're going to do the work on your own. This is like my work, this is like what my path is going to be. And you're going to take a simplistic route. You're going to probably start with rituals that maybe your ancestors, like wherever you hail from, practiced. So an example of that could be maybe you put out, flowers on New Year's. That's a very simplistic practice, but New Year's for, lots of parts of the world was always on the first day of spring. So to me, that's something that I still do, that I put out spring flowers on New Year's, that I kind of commemorate that changing of the seasons. Like we're out of that introspective winter season and now it's renewal, it's new life, it's new beginnings. And so I commemorate that with flowers. So it doesn't have to be this like these complex ways to try to connect with your ancestors. They can actually be very simple. And whatever feels easy, whatever feels natural to you. Let's see what the cards have to say around that. This is very interesting. I'm going to take 5 cards, see what other further messages there are here for your healing. That's too many. We're going to take them one at a time. Death. Wow. This is a symbolic death, obviously. This is, I feel, you're letting go and releasing any kind of old beliefs and old ways of being that no longer serve you. And that's what's been the catalyst here, where your ancestors want to come in, your soul family wants to come in and assist you with this. They want you to take this leap. They want you to let go of all the things that have held you back from going to the edge and taking the leap and taking your own life, your own path, your own spirituality into your own hands. So this is beautiful. Major Arcana card here. This is transformative, really. I've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. This is fiery energy, and in the reverse, it kind of feels very like you feel like you're out of control sometimes. And not necessarily that you're lashing out at other people and you're being very like aggressive or anything like that, although that can mean, that could be a definition of this card. But I feel like it's more of you don't feel in control of how you're living your life in some ways, and it could be self-limiting beliefs, and your soul wants to shake you out of that. Like it feels very like it's at this boiling point. Like it's been trying to give you subtle messages. Maybe your intuition's been hit, you're getting dreams, and you're still kind of keeping it reined in, and you're like, no, we can't possibly go to the edge and jump off. We have to live a certain way. We're very structured. We're very within this box. This is where we live, is within this box. And I feel like this passion, this fire energy, it wants to come out, it wants to express itself, and because you've kind of been repressing it, it's very much like ready to explode. So let's not have that happen. Yes, Two of Wands, beautiful. So go have, an exploration of what draws your attention, what excites you, what draws your passion. This might be actually traveling. I kept feeling like you're going to find something about your lineage, and it might make you want to travel to that part of the world and, check it out for yourself and meet the people, immerse yourself in the culture, eat the food, walk the paths, visit the heritage sites. Like that might actually really connect you with your ancestors as well. I'm getting goosebumps saying that, so I feel like there's something there for someone. There's something there for someone about exploring your options. You're not confined to just one way of living. There are many ways to live. Beautiful. Ten of Pentacles. This is abundance in all its forms. This is leaving, a legacy behind after you're gone. This is the type of happiness and joy and family within a family that you have nothing wanting. You have all that you could ever want and more. You're very wealthy. And it's interesting because on this card, and I never noticed it before, but the word ancestry is coming up here. So this wealth, it definitely could be monetary, no problem, but it almost feels like you're going to get a wealth of wisdom and knowledge and know-how and skills as well being gifted to you by your ancestors. Like you might be their legacy. Look at how this card is right underneath them. You might be that legacy. You might be that dream, that hope, that wish, that prayer that they made in their lifetime for someone like you to be born. If we think about it, there was, this meme, I believe it was, that was circulating about how many people had to live how many generations back in order for you to be born. And it was astounding. Thousands, right, of people, all individuals with their own hopes, their own dreams, their own skills, their own, grievances, heartbreaks, that lived century after century in order for you to be born. So you're their legacy. You're this gift that they couldn't even see or imagine in their lifetime what you would experience living now. And so don't limit yourself. They're probably all like on the other side kind of going like, are you serious? You're living in this lifetime and you're limiting yourself? You're holding yourself back? The Five of Cups. And on the bottom of the deck, I have the Six of Swords. Yeah, okay. This Five of Cups feels like, and I'm not, diminishing that this life can't be difficult for some, and that we don't all go through heartbreak and grievances and, rough and periods in our lives. Because with this Five of Cups, I can see that there has been deep disappointments in your life, periods of sadness, periods of despair. But what you see here in this card is that this person has 5 cups, and 3 of them have spilt over, and they are so mournful and regretful over the 3 spilled cups that they can't see that right behind them are 2 cups that are still full. They're not all is lost, not all hope is lost here. So focusing on what you don't have has not helped you, and I think you're learning that lesson with this Death card coming up here. You're letting go of all of those limiting beliefs, of focusing on what you don't have, on focusing on lack, because you're understanding, and especially once you connect with your soul tribe, with your ancestors, what a privilege it is to live in this life. What had happened to all of your ancestors in order for you to be born in this time, and then to fulfill your soul's calling in this life. The Six of Wands, the Six of Swords here talks about a transition period. Again, we're talking about transformation. Moving from chaos, from chaotic, rough waters to calm waters. This again talks to me about travel. I feel like travel is in your future. You're going to go somewhere and it's going to be life-changing. It's going to allow you to know yourself on a level that you've never known yourself before. You're going to get perhaps that connection that you want with your ancestors. You're going to get wisdom, downloads, intuitive hits, all of this information that to help you get off that ledge, go and explore. Do the things that bring you joy, that bring you passion. Let your soul express itself. Let's get you one final oracle message here. Gardenia, awareness. Wake up, roll the clouds away, and look. Yes! I feel like that's being called out right away. Bring your awareness back to the 2 cups that are still standing full. That's where your focus should be. That's where you're going to have the growth. Not on what's been spilt and it's in the past and it's done. On your future, on what you can actually focus on what you can actually work with. I feel like you are absolutely going to travel. And if you are, send me a comment. I'd love to hear about that. Maybe you've already planned this trip. Maybe there's something that was percolating in your mind. I'd love to hear where you're going and, your reasons. And if you are connecting with your ancestral heritage that way, that's really beautiful. Send me a like if this message has resonated. And if you so feel inclined, you can subscribe to my channel for more messages like this.